Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today in this video we will discuss the about the Treaty of Hudaibiya. As you people are already seeing its picture, it's the picture of Sulh Hudaibiya, Treaty of Hudaibiya. After the victory in the Battle of the Ditch, the Muslim felt secure. The Kuffar had been defeated, the Jews had been sent away, and many Munafiqeen had come to the Muslims and said, "We truly believe in Allah and His Prophet, and we have become Muslims." So at this time, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam decided to go to Makkah to perform Umrah. As we know, the Kaaba had been built by Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. The Kuffar had made the Kaaba a house of idols. Still, it was scared to all the Arabs, and everyone was allowed to visit in it. The Kuffar hated the Muslims so much that up to now they had not allowed them to for the freedom to visit the Kaaba. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam decision to perform Umrah pleased all the Muslims. The Muhajirin were especially happy. They wanted to go back to see the city which they loved and to visit the Kaaba. Many Muslims prepared to go for Umrah. They took many animals with them for sacrifice. The Muslims were excited to think that they were finally going to Makkah to worship Allah. But the Kuffar did not allow them to enter in the city. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his Sahaba did not want fighting or killing. So they waited outside Makkah, trying to get permission from the Kuffar to perform Umrah. Some of the Muslims were ready to fight for their rights to perform Umrah, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told them, "We have come here to perform a peaceful Umrah." He sent Hazrat Uthman Raziallahu Ta'ala Anha, his son-in-law, to tell this purpose to Kuffar. But the Kuffar did not agree. Instead, they prepared to fight. Rasulullah alaihi wasallam waited patiently. Finally, the Kuffar sent one of their leaders to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with a message. "This year we will not allow you to perform Umrah," he said, "but next year we let you come back." He also told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the Kuffar were not ready for a peace agreement with the Muslims. The Muslims were very eager to perform Umrah. As Arabs, they had the right to visit the Kaaba. They were not prepared to accept the offer of the Kuffar, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew better. He knew how important it was for the Muslims to have peace, so he agreed to the Makkah's terms. The Makkahs and the Muslims made an agreement of peace. This agreement is called the Treaty of Hudaibiya. The terms of the agreement did not seem right for the Muslims, and some Sahaba were not happy about it. But since Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had entered into the agreement, the Muslims accepted it. By this agreement, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam showed that he and the Muslim wanted peace and not war. Islam is a peace of religion. Someone's war is necessary and cannot be avoided. But peace is better for Islam and the Muslim than war. The Muslims returned home unhappy about not being allowed to perform Umrah. Some even thought of this as an act of defeat. Then Allah sent Wahi to His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In this Wahi, the peace of agreement was called a clear victory for the Muslims. We shall see why later. The treaty contained many conditions. One condition was that if a Makkan accepted Islam and went to Medina, he would be sent back to Makkah. Just after the agreement was made, a Makkan Muslim named Abu Jandal came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Makkans had treated him very cruelly, but the agreement required that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam send him back to Makkah. Abu Jandal, he said, "Allah will find a way out for you. You have to go back. We Muslims cannot break our promises." And so Abu Jandal had to go back to Makkah as a prisoner of the Kuffar. The Muslim looked forward to returning to Mecca for the following year to perform Umrah, but during the 1 year of waiting, much happened in Medina. This is the end of our video. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Jazakallah.